I don't even feel like doing the intro.
Hey everyone, this is Hallease, digital storyteller, digital storyteller and producer.
Oh, and I'm Mr. Hallease. I like to just randomly do Beastcast episodes with no prep. Roll the music.
Welcome to another night episode of the Beastcast. We are not sure how well these are going to fly.
Yeah.
We are just, wait, are you at 6 too? Yeah.
I'm at 6, yeah. Okay.
But you know what? We're just doing it. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Here we are. I just set the record straight. I was just trying to have a conversation with you and not record it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, but we should record it. And I was like, okay. So here we are.
Super excited.
I'm entertaining this because I do want the Beastcast to be more like your thing. So
More like my thing. Oh, cool.
yeah, I want you to take ownership of it. So yeah.
Okay, so I made chili. It's a gluten-free chili
It's
in the
very
Instant
delicious.
Pot. Hashtag not sponsored or
Yeah.
not a sponsor.
Yeah, hashtag not spawn.
It
You got it.
was really good. You had a rough day. 2019 has been a series of challenges
Already.
in terms of days.
We're just, it's already, I'm tired already.
This isn't 2018,
This isn't 2018.
right?
Yeah.
So we're not comparing it to 2018.
No.
This is not the year of the shambles, but
No.
it's still hard.
It is, man. It is.
So that prompted,
All right, I should do like backstory explanation.
yes, the fade away.
Okay, so let me set the scene.
Open. It's a dark night.
Are you done mixing your drink so I can keep talking?
Is that how it's going to be? Dang, we don't have to shoot this if you want to.
Just kidding.
Okay.
So I'm driving to CVS to get some nasal spray because my nose is clogged. Because apparently I have allergies.
Imagine that in Central Texas.
Who
Anyway.
knew? So I go, and on my way to go get my nasal spray, I'm driving in the car, and I'm just like, I'm tired. Like to my core. Sleepy. You know what I'm saying? It's been and you know, to be fair, it's been a rough day. You know what I'm saying? It's not been an ideal day. It hasn't been a bad day either. It's just been just like a day. Just a day.
Yeah, I mean, when you're not mentally braced for crappiness and it just kind of like immediately slaps you in the face before you take a defensive posture, then you're like,
It was
okay.
like, it was
cool.
that reading you sent to me the other day where it's like Jesus like sighed deeply in his spirit. It's like I feel like I've been sighing deeply in my spirit for a while. Anyway, I'm in the car driving and I was just like, I'm tired to my core or whatever. And then it's like this other voice, which happens every now and then. I'll get this other voice. I hesitate to call it the Holy Spirit because do we ever really know? But I get this other voice that's just like, don't work for a year. And I was just like, what? You know? And it's like, yeah. Take a year off. And then I'm just like, I can't do that. That's not what people do. You can't just take a year off from things. That's not how life works. You can't just peace out for a year, you know?
Wait a minute. No, you're inserting like my opinions.
No, it's the voice thing. No, this was what happened. So this is the problem too. When I explain things to you, I've already rationalized everything on the way home. So I'm backtracking and explaining to them the rational process that what happened.
Okay.
So yeah, I was like, what? I can't do that. And then the voice was like, why can't you? I mean, think about it, really. And so I was like, that's a good point. How much money do I have to make to not work for a year? You know? And I kind of did like some rough maths and was like, that's not, I mean, it's not no money, but it's not crazy money. Like I don't need to make like 6 figures or something crazy. You know what I mean? And then I was like, oh man, I'm coming up on 30. What if like August 23rd, 2020, like work is optional. I don't have to work.
Just for that year.
For the year. Whoa. So like what if I start now and like grind so that by August 23rd, 2020, I could work is optional. And I say that knowing full well, like, I can't just chill and do nothing for a year because it's just not who I am. I would just do more stuff on the YouTube channel. You know what I mean?
She's like a shark, y'all. If she stops moving, she dies.
Yeah, I would just do more stuff on the YouTube channel. But, like, really, like, I would just, to me, like, just doing YouTube stuff. And, like, if I make some AdSense revenue, cool. If I don't, that's fine, too. Because, like, it's not dependent on it, you know? Maybe if a sponsor comes my way, awesome. But, like, everything for the year is optional. I'm not in a place of desperation for a year.
So my immediate thought was, well, that's a privileged idea. There's a lot of people.
And I was like, you're not wrong.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have the luxury of thinking, or they do think, but that's the only luxury that you have. It's like, wow, I wish I could not have to go to, or I did not have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man, I really wish that.
Yeah.
God, work sucks so much. And then you go to work, and you get the weekend, and you do that for like 50, 60 years, and then you retire, quote unquote.
Yeah, but like, why do you have to do that? You don't have, that's one way to do it.
That's one way to do it, right? Bless you, Poochie.
Yeah, Poochie sneezed. That's one way to do it, but you don't have to do it that way.
Right, but I mean, it's just like being able, again, the hierarchy of needs.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people don't have that because they don't have the immediate needs of the day to day.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So I just want you to accept.
No, I definitely.
Speaking that into the ether, it's like, oh, well, this is automatically going to rub some people the wrong way because it's like, oh, they just don't want to work because they're millennials, right?
Oh, I didn't even go there, but okay. If you want to take it there.
No, I mean, I'm sure some people will. Second thought was, yeah, I mean, if you want to do it, you've already kind of been doing it for the past 8 months already. Like beginning June of last year, I mean, you've been hustling, but it's like you've been doing like bits and pieces trying to make it work. Mm-hmm. So in my head, it's just like, I don't, like, it just sounds, it almost sounds like what you were already doing.
Ooh, I take offense to that. All right.
Well, it's not like you weren't doing nothing.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I don't have to work. Well, I mean, there was a period of time. No, there was a period of time where I was like, so what are you doing? Like, what does this entrepreneurship mean? Mm-hmm. You were like, oh, it's just me being YouTube, me being on YouTube. And I was like, okay. And like other things. I was like, okay. And then eventually, like, the other things dropped, and then it was just, oh, it's just me being on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I said, well, that's not sustainable at your current, like, numbers. It's like, it's not sustainable. And you were like, no, I can get like up to a certain level. And it's like, yeah, over the course of years. So I'm talking about that period, which, I mean, you were
still making money then, though. I had Adobe and I had YouTube Creators for Change. Mm-hmm. So I was never not making, I'm just saying, you know.
So this is also going to be a conversation. This may not all be used. This may not even be a salvageable episode, but we're just trying to get it on there. Yeah. And there's going to be like real emotions in this. So be forewarned. I don't like that thought being spit out and like irreversible. It's like, I don't see anything wrong with what you're doing because we're still sustaining like the lives that we have, right? So if you can save up enough money and that's what you need for your mental health, or that's what you want to do for a year, that's cool. But then you posed whether or not I would want to do the same thing. And to me, it just didn't make sense in my head because it's like, well, so how much money would we need to save realistically ish, just throwing out like a stupid number? It's like 130, 140, right? Mm-hmm. That's not what we make combined, but That's more or less what we would need to do to not work for a year.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make sense to me because I don't want to spend that money doing nothing when you can invest that money and then in a few years quasi-retire early.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, like $130,000 invested in like CDs or whatever, and just having like continual return. Like that's a lot of money saved up.
Mm-hmm.
And then compounding interest, like that's the investment that I see. Like I don't see the point in spending that money on me to do nothing.
I guess it's more for me, it's more like a feeling of just like, I just want the feeling of waking up and not like everything's optional. Like, do you want to work today? I don't think I do. Okay, it's optional. Like, I want to feel that for a little while. You know what I mean? So to me, the money makes sense. It makes sense to like have a sprint and try to save and do it and then live that. Because it's a reality I've never lived in. Work has never been optional for me.
So that's an experience. I mean, it's never been optional for me. So that's an experience that you want to live in for a year.
Yeah.
It's a finite period of time. Then what happens afterwards?
Go back to producing.
Does this feeling that you currently have now, is that satiated?
What do you mean?
Like, does it go away?
I mean, I feel a little better.
Or like every so often you're going to need to take a year off?
Maybe. I don't know if it's... I just picked a number. I don't know if it needs to be a year. It could be like 6 months. It could maybe even be 3 months. I don't know. But I would really like to not worry about money for a minute. Because especially listening to you say like, oh, there was a time when you kind of did that. It was like, oh, wow, okay, that's interesting.
Well, I mean, so
from your perspective, it seems like I was just chilling. That's cool.
So I'm thinking about it in hindsight. I know that you were working.
But do you, though?
I do. There was so again, you were not making it abundantly clear as to what you were doing all the time.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not the type of person who like needs a status report every day or every week or whatever, right?
But you kind of did for a little while. Need one.
I kind of did. So like back in 2017 when you first like took a month off work, I felt relieved knowing that you were doing things because I didn't know what any of this was. You were like, oh, like I don't feel like I don't think I want to work for this bigger production company forever. Mm-hmm. Even though it's, again, I'm fine with the status quo. I'm fine with maintaining, and I'm fine with a little bit of cushion, right? Mm-hmm. I did not, I saw, but I underestimated how much like it truly affected you. Mm-hmm. Like it is like with me now with the current job situation. And so like I saw that you were working hard and I saw that you were always 1, answering emails, 2, sending stuff out, and like 3, doing things. Mm-hmm. So I might not have made the right correlation when I thought your proposal was the same as what you were doing last year. Mm. So I'm sorry if that came off as crass or like was offensive to the amount of effort that you were putting in.
Well, you mentioned earlier that it's like, well, that just seems like a pipe dream. And it's just like, why?
Oh, so to me, I almost don't even want to think about that situation because it just doesn't seem feasible.
Like
Especially,
saving money to not work for a while?
Yeah, because think about how much money we're actively saving right now.
Right.
It's nothing. We have not added anything to the savings. I don't know how long.
Uh-huh. That's not true.
Oh,
I'm just doing it more in chunks now. That's the, like...
Excuse me.
It's just the way I'm doing it is different. It's not the way it used to be when I was W-2, and now the way I'm adding to it is just it's large chunks at a time every couple of months.
Yeah, but so I'm not adding to it.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm paying off debt.
Right.
And then again, under our current situation where we're still saddled with this house that it's not livable in, clearly. Like it just doesn't seem like something that I can even entertain.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what if you could fly? And it's like, but like I can't right now. And it's like, yeah, but there's a period of time where you probably can. Like, wouldn't you like to fantasize about it? And it's like, I mean, sure. But personally, no, because I can't see that happening.
That makes me kind of sad. Like, why are you... Maybe this is just a fundamental difference in who both of us are. But, like, you're just... I don't know. It's almost like you're taking into account your current situation almost like a little too much. Like, you can't... I don't know, like, dream big or, like, go... Like, you have to have some imagination, or then, like, what do you gain? You know what I mean?
I mean...
You have to have a little bit of an unrealistic expectation so that way you can break through the monotony of life.
I guess. I've never really been one to fantasize about the future.
Yeah.
Like, I just never really have been. I've always been about the present-ish.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a goal, and typically the goal should be like unattainable, because if you do end up hitting the goal, then the goal was not lofty enough. Like, there's no the point of the goal is to get you driven to it.
Yeah.
And you're never supposed to get there, because then when you get there, then you need a new goal.
Totally.
And your first goal was not successful.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is wrong. I just don't see it. And then in addition, like, I don't see the investment in that year's worth of time.
Well, so that was why I started to reframe it to you of like, okay, well then maybe you're not taking a year off. Maybe you're taking a year to explore. Does that make more sense to you?
A year to explore what? Like to travel?
Sure. You explore like to travel, or a year to just figure out something you want to do, a year to try something new for yourself.
And again, it's like, so what number does that need to be? Because like maintaining a home to come back to, that's going to cost money, unless we don't have something and we're like trying to nomad it. But otherwise, travel is its own expense. And so the number that you would need, that would need to factor in travel.
Right, for sure.
Or like whatever else. It's like, oh, well, I want to try to be like a professional runner for a year or something. And it's like, cool. All the nutritional supplements, shoes, clothing, the inevitable, like going to the doctor and physical therapy and all this other stuff. Like all of that's going to have to be factored in to basic cost of living.
Right.
I guess I'm having trouble seeing like the non-delayed gratification, like the instant gratification. Where you're like, well, save up money to get a year off. And it's like, okay. I mean, I don't want to keep working until I'm 70, because that's what my retirement calculator says.
Yeah.
But what if we could retire at like 50? Or what if we could retire at 45?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to save that much money, then it's like, oh, okay, well, if we're like scrimping and stuff to save up that much money, then we can invest it and like bring retirement in early, where we're more able-bodied to like travel. We're able-bodied to continue working and do whatever you want. And then, like, what I think what you're talking about is retirement. Because when...
Ooh. No, I mean, you might be right, but then it's like, wow, am I already like, I'm done at 30? Like, I'm ready to be done now?
Yeah, I mean, because that's either a level of privilege with like people like trust fund kids, or people that have like stupid money, where they're like, I just want to see what it's like to be a barista for a day. And you go and you like do the training and you put the apron on and you do the whatevers and you make a couple bad coffees, and then you go back home and you're like, man, that was stupid. Imagine those silly people that do that for like day to day. Ugh. I want to be a pilot tomorrow. Like that's the kind of mindset. So like in that privilege, the privilege that like you can be that privileged if you've already spent like several years working, doing whatever, saving up a certain amount of money. That way you can get to the point where it's, what do I want to do today? Because today is just endless possibilities because I don't have to worry about bringing in additional income.
Yeah.
Like that's, and I'm very old school and old-minded. Like that's what it sounds like to me. It's just like, oh, okay, yeah, you want to get to a retirement age faster. Because ain't nobody like working.
That's not true. I like aspects of what I do. Even me, like even before I was saying, like I would still keep the channel going. So I'm still working.
So you're still working.
I think what I'm trying to
achieve a little bit. Sorry.
I think what I'm trying to gain is a certain level of freedom.
So you're still working, but you're working on your own terms, right?
Yeah.
So like you like what you do now, right? But you don't.
Yeah.
Because you're actively looking to get a year's worth of time away from it. So do you love what you do? No.
Oh.
I mean, think about it. You enjoy aspects of what you do. I enjoy aspects of what I do too. But I may or may not be looking for another job right now.
You're
Hashtag monster.com. Hashtag not sponsored.
You're like actively...
Thank you for being married to me, by the way.
But you're like actively like trying to tell me right now that one of the biggest aspects of how I define myself is like not actually how I should define myself.
I think you enjoy being your own boss. I think that's what you enjoy.
Oh.
You enjoy being an entrepreneur.
I don't like that word.
Oh. You enjoy being self-employed.
Okay, I like that better.
I'm gonna jump into that tiger pit again. So you enjoyed last year. You enjoyed the second half of last year, right? You did, because you were the one that was the agent of change. You were like, today I'm going to answer emails. I'm going to follow up with that other person.
Mm-hmm.
I already have like maybe this other video to do. I'm thinking about filming this other video. And you were totally happy because you were making the decisions day to day.
Yeah.
So that's what you enjoyed. And because you had those opportunities from Adobe and from, I forget what the other one was. Creators for Change. Because you had that, you essentially had grants. And so you were in that mindset already. Like you were already in that situation where you were like, I don't technically need to work, but I'm doing what I want to do, which isn't work. You know? So now you're back in this grind where you're working for other people. And that's like, while it's paying the bills and it's everything that you want initially, like what you set out to do.
Yeah.
Right? You are not your own boss.
I don't even want to reduce it to I'm not my own boss. I'm just not in control of my life. My life is at the whim of other people right now, or other entities.
Well, that sounds, okay.
Well, be my own boss sounds very like gig economy, hustle economy kind of stuff. And it's like I'm not talking about it that way.
Buzzwords or anything like that.
I know, but that's how it sounds. And so I want to make sure that there's a distinction in the vocabulary, because it's not that. It's like I don't have the control over my life that I would like.
Right. You don't have that agency over yourself. I get you.
Yeah.
But I think that's at the root of this. And so at this point in time, you cannot achieve that while leisurely, or I'm sorry, not leisurely, but while having minimal pressure to bring in an income.
Okay.
Or like any sort of money in.
Yeah.
Because I ain't a sugar daddy.
I wish you were a sugar daddy.
A sugar baby.
Help me out a lot.
Not a sugar daddy.
Yeah. Have you ever been a sugar daddy? I don't think you ever have for me.
I I never made enough money.
No, yeah, I'm saying like for me, not for other women, like for me specifically in our relationship.
Oh no, I'm just talking about ever earning money in my lifetime. I have never earned enough money where I could be a sugar daddy. I don't know who.
I think you technically have. I think you technically do. It's just all of it goes to student loans.
I am a sugar daddy for for Nelnet.com. A federal student loan.
Oh my god.
Management thing.
Yeah.
Dang.
I think I'm demoralized again. Just a little bit.
I mean,
so it's like, this is low-key, I feel like I tell you these ideas because you are going to have a certain level of just like candor about it all or whatever. And it's going to hurt my feelings or whatever, but it needs to be said. But then at the same time,
I'm sorry for not having a filter.
It's fine. And at the same time, though, I also am like hearing you be like, I don't think that's possible. It just makes me want to try it that much more to do it as well. So I feel like to a certain degree, I also tell you this just so I can like
prove me wrong. I'm not sure how much I like having that like role in your narrative, where it's like this strong female protagonist, and then you have like this disfigured like angry guy that's just like, you'll never do it, and then you're like running in spite of it, and you're like, and then I like trip you, and you're like, no, my leg is broken.
Why are you tripping me?
I mean, it's just like this whole thing. Overcoming adversity, but it's like, oh, it's the husband.
Oh.
He never believed in her. That's the husband over there. He never believed in her. And I'm like, yeah.
I mean, I think you're just painfully realistic at times. And I wish you weren't. I wish you would aim a little higher sometimes, like just to do it. Like just because. You know what I mean? Because it's also like I did kind of grow up in a situation where my parents were like, you can be whatever you want. Like they never limited me in that way, Which is a good and a bad thing, maybe. I don't know.
No, I mean, I think you should tell people that they have like unlimited potential. And I'm not saying that you are not capable of this. What I guess I'm not phrasing this right. I don't think it's a matter of whether it can be done. Like the feasibility of the condition is irrelevant. I think we could eventually get to a point, regardless of time frame, where we could save that money, right?
Uh-huh.
What I am fixated on is, why would you spend that on just a year when, given a little bit more time, that could play out into either you being like independent and actually being your own production company, doing whatever you want, or that just turns into like retirement funds or something, right?
I guess my thing is like, it'll never... So you're saying that as if time is certain.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, though.
Kind of like a live for today moment?
Maybe, a little bit. Because you're saying like, oh, well, I would just save that money. And then like it be recurring. And now instead of retiring at 70, I'm retiring at 50. And I'm like, oh, so you really are hardcore sure you're going to be around at 50. Okay. Which reality is like you don't actually know.
Okay.
So to me, it's like, if we're going like probability wise or whatever, it's a higher probability that I'll still be around next year than it is that I'll still be around in 30 years.
So why even save for retirement now? That's 100 and some. I mean, that's not even 100 and some. That's like hundreds of dollars per paycheck that I could be like spending elsewhere.
Yeah, and depending on, which financial peoples you talk to, some of them will say that. Will be like, yeah, don't be putting into this. Just pay down your debt fast. Get rid of it. Like,
but that's not what we're talking about.
I'm just saying. Look, you took it there though, so I'm taking it
well,
there.
No, I mean we're talking. That's not. I mean, I'm not talking about debt. I'm just talking about like spending money on whatever I want.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's like living in the moment as opposed to living for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
because world leaders be acting kind of stupid right now.
Yeah.
And that would suck where it's like, man, I almost hit $100,000 in my 401k. I ain't anywhere near that now, but it's like, man, I almost hit that. As the bomb like slowly drops, and you're like, man,
I mean,
it's gonna get hot real quick.
We're getting into just like other territory again in general. What is my thing? My big thing is like adapt, right? So I'm not just thinking about exit strategy as far as like, what do I have to do to not necessarily work for other people, if I don't want to, but it's like, do I really need to be living here? Should I be setting up and adapting to living somewhere else? I'd rather be the first one out before shit hits the fan than the last one. That. It's fine. Then rather than the last one out and it's too late. It's like that. What's that? I forgot what that guy's name was. That he was like in Nazi Germany or whatever. It was like first they came for the Jews, then they came for this person, then they came for this group. Then by the time they came for me, I realized I had nobody on my side. It was too late.
Like, this is one of the things that we talked about in a previous episode where it's like we see things differently on so few issues that it's like they're few and far in between and it's hard to bring them up. I think this is one of them because I don't understand that concept.
Of bouncing?
No, not bouncing. Of like saving up for a year.
Oh.
Because it's like, look, you need to take some time. Like, people take time off from stuff. If you have enough savings saved up, then yeah, do it. But you're going to come to that point again. And like, you can still keep doing bandages. It's like, oh, there's a bleed here. Bandage, bleed, bandage, bleed, bandage. You're either going to be more bandaged than anything else at some point, or you need to actually fix the source of the problem.
But then by that same logic, like, is anyone fixing any source of their problem? Because you're still talking about a bandage too. Of like, oh, well, if you need to take time off, then just take time off. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to take time off. I want to take a year off. Here's what I have to do that.
No, that's a bandage. I'm saying that's a bandage.
Oh.
The solution to the problem is to retire early.
Oh.
Or to be financially independent of external income.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, we are on two different wavelengths.
I mean, are we? Because we would be getting to that point, it would just be in time.
Yeah, but it would be in a time that's like irrelevant.
Why is it irrelevant? When you get to that time, it's not going to be irrelevant.
If we get to that time, it will be irrelevant because it'll be like, okay, by the time I'm 70, then what was it all for? Like, really? If I don't get to really enjoy it, if I don't even have the strength to do anything more.
So, we're not talking about 70.
Yeah.
We're talking about 40. We're talking about 45.
I'm talking about like 35.
Yeah. If you're talking about saving like anywhere between $40, $50, $100,000 in a year to get you that year, that free year. Yeah. Right? You're talking about doing that. If you're hustling that much to save that much money, like if you do that for 5 years, you got over $500,000. If you're investing like whatever that you're earning up until that point where you hit $500,000, you're almost at $1 million. So it's like you borderline have met that in 5 or 10 years.
So you're telling me to just hang on and really do a sprint for like the next 3 to 4 years.
I can't ask you, if we're going to do a running analogy, I can't ask you to sprint when you got nothing left in the tank. Like, that's not realistic. So if you do need to take some time off and do like 3 or 6 months or something where you've saved enough to get back into a mental headspace, then you can come back and hit the ground running again. And you're like, cool, now I'm down for the long run. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Because I don't want to keep working until I'm 70. It's like, that's not the life that I'm trying to live. Because then people like you work and you work and you work and you work and you work for potentially that day where you don't have to work again. Mm-hmm. But then, you're not physically capable of doing all the things that you wanted to do when you were young.
Right.
And so this is one of the reasons why we don't have kids.
I don't know, man. I just came home from getting my nasal spray and was just like, here, what do I got to do to not work?
This was my dream. And I presented it to you, and then you proceeded to just dump all over it.
Typical Mr. Hallease. Just bring me back to reality in a crashing manner.
This may have just been a miscommunication as to what... Because this is the same thing where I went to that meeting earlier. Uh-huh. And I was like, man, I don't know how that meeting went. I think it went poorly. It didn't go the way that I wanted it to. And you were like, oh, well, at least you have this other exit strategy. Guess you need to do that, huh? Uh-huh. And then I said, that's not really the message that I was looking for. I was actually looking to just commiserate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I think it's like communication for 2019. I did not understand that you were just looking to like, no. Like, what if we just drank in this idea of like, what if I don't have to work for a year? Like, wouldn't that be great? Like, how great would that be? I just need to build that up in my head as to how great that would be. That way I can think about something tomorrow when I wish that it was reality.
Maybe.
With me, I was just like, well, that's whatever. Because I didn't know I didn't read the cue card.
Yeah. Maybe.
But we've talked about this in passing.
What?
We have friends that are doing this, like doing something similar to what I'm proposing. Except like actually doing it.
Well, yeah, because not even they. She makes quite a bit of money.
She makes crazy coin. But, I mean, I am down to do that. There's just small sacrifices that need to be made, again, in the short term to benefit in the long term. I think 2019 can be the year where we set ourselves up to do that.
And what does that look like, setting yourself up to do that?
Debts will be managed.
Oh, okay.
Or settled, hopefully, this year. So what are we actually investing? It's like, are we investing properly? Are we actively taking control of our money?
I mean, but like, that's the other thing too. I'm thinking, like, if we really want to entertain that idea, right? Then we need to get rid of your student loans. Like, those need to go away. Realistically, for this to happen.
They cannot.
See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Like, why are you saying that? Yes, they can.
Well, so
they can go away.
Yes, they can. At the bare minimum, it's going to be 10 years.
No, it's not. It can be faster.
It can be faster than that?
It can be faster than that.
How?
So that's what I'm talking about. By sprinting, it can be faster than that.
What do you mean sprinting? Like paying off debt faster? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, paying off debt faster and like.
So we were already kind of talking about that with eliminating debt. So then we do I forget what his name is. It's like Gordon Ramsay. Is it Gordon Ramsay?
I think so.
Where it's like, okay, cool. You spent as much as you could on debt one. You paid off debt one, so that all that money gets put onto debt two. So like whatever you can put into debt two that the minimum payment was, you're still making it, and then you're in addition to that you're doing whatever you were paying into debt one. And then that keeps building up and building up and going to the next one and going to the next one until it's paid off. And so if we get most of the debts paid off now, then it's like, okay, now I just have my student loans. Now I could start chipping away at that in addition to saving more. But then whatever we're saving, we're investing. And then I can start chipping away at student loans faster.
But I think that's the wrong way to go about it. Like, because then, like, you keep, and you did this before when we were first, like, married and doing stuff. You'd keep splitting off the money so much that you're trying to split it off into so many different buckets that nothing's filling. or it's taking exponentially longer for things to fill.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like, just pay it off. Just focus on paying it off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it can happen it can happen faster than 10 years.
Yeah, I guess you're not wrong.
That's all I'm saying. 'Cause you're like, that's never going to happen. I'm like, wow, by saying that statement, you're already limiting my entire life.
Am I?
Yeah. You are. Because, I mean, think about it that way. Student loans make up such a big part of not just your life, but mine too,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you're saying, like, if I'm like, oh, I want to pay them off faster, so that way we can be free of this debt that much faster. And you're like, that's not going to happen. Like, you've squashed the possibility of something great. Even if we don't pay it off in 10 and maybe it takes 15, that's still faster than 40, you know?
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the amount that I'm paying for most of my debt right now is being split between car and student loans, right? Yeah, then all that money that I was saving, or like that I was spending, I'm still spending it. But now it's all going to the bigger student loan.
Yeah.
And then, then it's paid off in like 13, 14 years.
And then again, it's like, how can I add to that to speed that up and make it 7?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we're still talking about things over time.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you've whittled me down. I've realized you're right or whatever.
Okay.
But now I'm looking for the concession. Or now I'm looking for like, okay, well, where's the silver lining then for me?
Well, the silver lining is that we are set up, hopefully, to knock down pins. I don't know why I went bowling, but we're getting to the point where it's like, yes, we can take control of our lives financially again.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know if it's again.
Oh,
I think
we
it's
can
just
finally establish financial stability.
True financial stability. I think for me, we both want the same things, but we're like calling it something different. I want freedom. Just out of living, just in general. And unfortunately, the only way you can really have a certain level of freedom is by having a certain amount of money.
Well, that's like the whole argument between being rich and being wealthy.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, oh, well, you're temporarily rich, but you do not have, like, you just came into money.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that don't worry about money. Like, they never worry about money. They never worry about bank accounts. They never worry about anything. It's just like, I have things, and I know that I can tap into them, and I have somebody who manages them.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get there.
And I know you want to get to wealth. I know.
Mm. But you seem like you don't want to. Or you don't seem like you believe that you will ever get there.
It's just such a big elephant. You're telling me that there's like buried gold, buried like 200 feet underground.
Yeah. But
you gave me this plastic spoon.
Mm.
It's like, cool. You can't use your hands. It has to be that plastic spoon. And I'm watching you. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm going to get there. It's just like, I know that it's going to be at least 5 years.
I think the overall arching thing here is like, I wish you didn't constrain yourself so much.
Okay. I'll concede that. I do focus a little too much on the reality. I do focus too much on, or it's like, well, we're never going to get there. It's like realist to literally a fault.
Well, and it's also that thing, because you just said it yourself, like having goals that are lofty or whatever is good. Like if you have goals that are achievable, then you won't ever really level up, right?
Oh, man.
And so it's like,
just throw my words back in my face.
But like you do that. You have goals that are very like boop, and it's like that's fine or whatever, but I don't want a mediocre life, or I don't want to like skirt by or anything, you know. I want to aim high so I can land somewhere. And I want to bring you with me. It's kind of like that movie. What was the movie? Inception. It's like the gunfighting scene. And like, whose characters? I don't even remember all these actors' names. Anyway, one actor is like he imagines a gun, right, and is starting to shoot at the beings or whatever. And then Tom Hardy's character is like, you mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger. And then he pulls into frame this giant bazooka and like, and so I'm just like, I need you to dream bigger. I think that's what's like frustrating for me.
So I understand, and you're making valid points, but so I think in talking, you were talking about the immediate and not the big picture.
Yeah.
And somehow I was the one talking about big picture, but I wasn't. But in my head, I'm not realistically thinking about big picture because I talk big picture, but the actions that I'm taking doesn't make it seem like we're ever going to get there.
Yeah.
So I understand.
Okay.
And I want to get to big picture.
What is big picture for you, though? I don't think our big pictures are the same, are they? Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, being free of student debt, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That's a big step.
Yeah. It's a doable one, though.
You're right. It is doable. Other people have done it. I would not be the first. Mm-hmm. I think what you describe is nice. It's like not having to worry about actually working. Where it's like, oh, I got up out of bed. I want to go for a run. Mm-hmm. And then make lunch. And then after that, maybe we go to the movies. Maybe we start a business. I don't know. We'll see what happens on this Tuesday.
You've said that in a previous video, though. You said success for you is it not mattering what day it is. What day of the week it is.
Yes.
I still keep that in the back of my mind. Because for me right now and what I do, the day of the week matters.
Well, so then my definition of success is my goal. My goal is to get to that.
Yeah.
It's like that is my definition for success, but it's also what I want to get to. It was a long conversation.
A little bit.
I said some things that made you angry.
It happens.
Does it now?
Yeah, it happens to the both of us.
It happens a lot, actually.
Yeah. There's things I say that make you angry, too.
It's true. And that's just how married we are. That's a good podcast, y'all. You should go to subscribe to Glenn and Yvette's How Married Are You podcast. It's good.
Oh my God. Now we have to post this episode so we can just have that part in there to wrap it all up.
Because that was a good wrap, though, right?
It was a good wrap. Yeah, it was good.
I love you, though.
I love you, too.
You said that like a man who's on trial. Who's like, I need to say this because it's going to get me out of jail, but I really don't like you.
That's not true. I do love you. I love you very much. It's just hard. We're not the same person. It's hard to get in there. I want good things for you. Want good things for yourself.
This is how married people work things out. It's like it's talking.
A lot of talking.
Sometimes you say stupid things and like you stick your foot in your mouth. Depending on how each one of you is feeling. Mm-hmm. That may delay finishing that conversation. That may delay it for a couple days until like both of you are in a place where you're no longer hurt. And then you get back to the original topic. And that's why some topics take
years.
Well, days, weeks, or years to finish out.
Yeah.
The only problem is that people are going to have to get to the end of the episode to see that.
Like, share,
and
subscribe.
Some of y'all don't do that.
I mean, our retention for the Beastcast is pretty good.
No, it's
like
pretty
17 minutes. That's like, y'all are sticking around, you know? That's That's commendable. Average watch time for 17, sometimes it's like 20, 30 minutes. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, or whatever.
It's actually getting late.
Wow, yeah, we need to go to bed. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.